telling her, shh, it's pure adrenaline.
Yeah. And man, when that adrenaline dropped off.
Daron right there, most of that was probably ad-libbed, wasn't it?
Yeah. And they had a good rep. I mean, these guys, it was really nice to see, especially the small, as small as a shot of it is, it's Daron and Paul, but they both, even in that small scene, they have a repertoire.
Exactly.
Having to work with each other for literally, you know, it's a 2-minute shot.
2-minute shot. Probably didn't spend much more than that on it.
Right.
And they actually only rehearsed once together.
Right.
So.
There's
boy, he is
demon
moving fast.
That blood.
Oh, no.
That's the stuff I actually got to shoot, which was fun.
Now, here's one of my favorite things in movies is when the bad guy has no clue where the good guy is, and yet he can find him like that. or vice versa. Sometimes it's the good guy that can find the bad guy.
Right. Yeah. There was a fun shot.
So the demon car not only can drive really fast, but
he
can sniff out its prey.
Right.
This was a really difficult part right here. This was the supposed to be all voiceover in here, and we liked the way James was delivering the first set of lines, and so we told him that day that instead of a voiceover, we were going to shoot it,
and we're going to drive all the way out there. We were all the way in Buena Park at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, do you mind if we drive out in the middle?
Right.
Go all the way down to Orange, almost to Irvine.
Yeah.
Now the radios he's talking into, those things are just like taped to the dashboard.
Yeah.
They're actually not. They're not even actually.
I think that was
in
probably
there.
just. No, that was taped.
That was just a tape. It was just a. It wasn't a whole radio. It was just.
No, it was just a mic.
Right.
The cord taped to the dashboard.
Exactly. Which that worked really good.
Yeah.
Special effects.
And his again is nice. It goes in and out.
Yeah.
It's a little dark at times, but for the most part, it goes in and out, which is nice. We like that.
You can tell the days that were overcast too. There's a haze.
Yeah.
Like this shot, there's a lot of haze.
Well, you know, we should put some film in the back window. That would have kept the light down some. So.
Well, and also we would have needed probably was somebody else in there to bounce, but it's very difficult when you're trying to drive the vehicle.
Right.
Well,
to
this car
put more people in there.
No hard feelings, huh?
Truck
That's true.
So.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, and these
I think
shots,
you're
that
right
was
about that.
me driving, Fred there. It was just the three of us.
Yeah, it was just the three of us.
Whose car is that one?
That is my mom's car. It's a black Nissan.
Yeah, what cars did we use? We used your dad's, your mom's.
So this guy's a rich gangster driving around in a black Nissan?
Hey.
Yeah. It's the closest to a limo. It's a limo.
Right.
It's a limo.
It's as close as we could get. You know, we were going to rent a limo. We had a lot of higher hopes in the
You know what's funny
You know,
is
gangsters drive black Lincoln
That's right.
Navigators.
That's
I learned that from Gross
go.
Point Blank.
Right.
This is the first scene where you have music underneath it. This music that John found was incredible. It was really, really good, and it all fit really well with the film. So.
His name is Steven Shiga, plays guitar. It's an amazing piece. And we had talked about this before. It's amazing you get these type of singers and songwriters. They're not known.
Just really talented people that don't have a whole lot, you know, of notoriety.
Contacts, right.
Yeah. But it's still
but
very
a lot of
talented.
talent,
Yeah.
And Daron, I thought, I mean, as good as everyone was, I mean, he's shown too. I had written a part specifically for him, from a 2-line part to I don't know how many lines he had ended up with.
Right, he ended up, well, this is like a whole soliloquy here
Right.
almost, and the whole banter back and forth he added. And
All he was going to do was just pick her up and that was it.
yeah,
But-
leave.
But we liked his audition so much, we were like, how do we include him into it? So,
Yeah, because he needed a way to shine in there.
right.
And it worked. He was very good.
And good
very,
attitude.
Very professional and very good attitude,
Yeah.
exactly.
When we shot him, it was the two of us, wasn't it?
Right, it was
Right.
you and
And we were shooting him, we found a new way to shoot
Right.
by taking the seat, the back of the headrest off, and you could shoot over the...
And wasn't this another one where you were shooting as we were going to the next location?
Right. We had switched cars, we swapped actors, and
And John's stuff was all actually shot on a separate day, all by himself, and he never actually saw any of the other actors.
so he was working in a vacuum.
Working in a vacuum.
Stan, just don't let him out of the box. Do you understand?
Back to the demon truck.
Back to the demon
And
truck.
there's
Well, this
this-
is the whole music section here. Too.
Right.
This is this one is Satan Bot.
This is Satan Bot, right, by, I believe his name's Gramika.
Yeah, Scott Gromika, that's
Yeah.
what it is.
This standoff.
These were very difficult. We spent a lot of time on these shots and trying to match them, and we shot them on 2 separate days.
Right, we had gotten a lot of shots, and it was very difficult to do because we didn't get to close the road down. It's not like we...
Right.
And it was very difficult, and we put together what we could get together, so...
It always...
And they didn't want to wreck the two cars together.
Exactly.
Right,
You know, I don't...
We were just renting them. We were just all of our own cars.
Right. And even just to set up the shot, we couldn't even get one shot of the car in the road that day. We tried so hard.
Well, all the days that we had gone out to scout the locations, they all had like a wasteland. There was like nobody around. And then the one day we decide to, the day we actually go to shoot, there's like cars everywhere.
Right.
They're all over the place.
And there was construction down the street, and there wasn't ones before. And this is like a road I've been down so many times, and there's no cars.
Crazy.
Well, on the first day you guys shot, how many times did you get pulled over by police?
No,
we didn't shoot though. That was a separate day.
That was like 2 months after we were done. We had gone back and got a couple exteriors, and we got pulled over twice.
Right. That was me and John going out.
In fact, that shot with this when he's burning the tires and the smoke comes off the ground.
That was that day.
That was that day, and I had at 1 o'clock. That was it. I was like, let's go. We're done.
After they pulled us on the side of the road and told us to sit down with our hands covered, and it got less fun.
Yeah. Now
this was fun.
Yeah.
I missed out on the trip to Mexico. That would have been fun.
Now that was fun because it was like, you hadn't been to another country before.
Right. I had never been to Tijuana.
Right.
Very interesting.
So we wanted to get exteriors and interiors and what have you, that area to intercut.
And we were also gauging whether, originally the plan was we were going to take the cast and the crew down to Tijuana and shoot it at there.
Right.
And after the one day there, we decided that wasn't the way to go.
No, it took so long, which anybody
long
who knows.
period of time, and had we started coming up with a lot more people and a lot more equipment, we would have created a lot more of a problem for ourselves.
Right.
So, best to do it the way we did it.
Definitely. But next time, Mike, you can go to Mexico.
Anytime you want to go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on!
We'll shoot the next movie.
One of my favorite shots from Tijuana.
This is like the defining shot of the movie.
The stuffed zebra?
It's actually a live zebra.
It's a live zebra.
There were some stuffed ones there.
Is it a real zebra?
No, it's a donkey that they painted black and white.
They painted.
And you can have your picture taken with it.
With the painted donkey.
You can.
We had taken another producer, John Christian, with us that day, and here we are in TJ, and he goes to an AM/PM and gets a hot dog.
No Baja burrito?
No taco, none of, no.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
A&P taco.
Interesting day. It was a long day, even just to get the small amount of shots. We had also gone to San Diego, which none of those shots ended up in this,
right.
But a lot of beautiful shots from that day, a lot of nice stuff.
Yeah, a lot of really, really good stuff. It just, after a while, we had so much footage.
Yeah, especially a lot of B-roll stuff.
Right. And here, this is where it cuts into Alvera Street in LA, which subbed in as best we could sub in.
Right. Now, the only thing that gives away this shot, I've heard from a couple people say,
the MTA bus.
The MTA buses in the background.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, we would have believed it's Mexico.
But at this point of the day, you've got to imagine, we're 10 hours into like a 14-hour day, and we're just rushing these people around, and we're like, okay, get out, do this, do that, quick up, quick up. And, Natalie and Duran are trying to keep some sort of rapport going.
Right. And if you saw her come out of the car, she looks like it's been a 10-hour day, too.
Yeah.
That might not be acting.
Exhausted. It might not be acting at that point. She's very good, though. We love her to pieces.
Yep. And it was fun to actually have that dinner too at the end of this day. It was
and
have everybody together. And
highly recommend that restaurant too. It was very, very nice.
Yeah.
I didn't like the meal that much because I was already so tired that it was letting the adrenaline drop off, and I didn't need that.
I don't think it would have mattered what I ate at that point. That was like 6 o'clock when we ate, or 5:30, somewhere in there. And we've been shooting since 7 o'clock, I think, that morning.
Here's where we found out that the aftermarket wide-angle lens we put on the camera could be seen if the light's shining the right way and you're pulled out all the way.
What you gonna do? Live and learn. Whoa. And then Fred still has this blanket. It's very fun.
It's actually in his car right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I like how you guys bought it.
To the beach.
You guys bought it and then put it back up on the rack, and then she walked over like she just.
Well, I wanted the guy to be cool. I was asking all these different vendors. A couple said no, and this guy was like, he's like, I don't care as long as you buy it.
Right. He was very nice about it.
Yeah.
Did he get paid again?
Yeah. Daron, you didn't pay him again, did you?
We hope not. And then we had a lot of gawkers at this point.
Right. I love that end of that last shot though, when she kind of looks toward the camera.
Yeah, I do too.
Good, that's still in there.
This was tough. We were unsure at this point how to play this part, I think, originally.
Yeah.
They were so exhausted. I was so exhausted.
Is this after you guys ate?
No, I can't. I think it was after we ate.
Yeah.
Because John actually had to go to work that day.
Yeah.
So
I was late.
This is before we fed Natalie.
Right.
This was a very nice actor at our waiter at La Golondrina. He was very kind to be in the shop for a few times.
Very nice restaurant.
And you read not to work for scale.
That's right. He didn't even want to be fed afterwards. We gave him a nice tip.
So she's on her own in Mexico.
Yep.
But alive.
Exactly.
One thing I'm missing in these shots is I wish there were more people, but it was a weekday.
Yeah, it was a weekday, and actually
there's some school group, 2 kids from some school walking around with a video camera also,
right.
like a PD 150.
Yeah. And now I actually like that there's not a lot of people around.
Yeah, this shot, right.
This is really, really nice that we're able to, and I just thought she did a great job in this part.
And you guys weren't standing too far from each other on this shot too, right? To get something like that. What's good
we
is
had 2 separate cameras, 2 separate shots. We only had her do it like twice, I think.
Right. And the wind actually blew a little bit that day. And
yeah, it was nice, and that was nice the way the wind picks up and gets the dress like that.
Yep.
And then it goes into the wonderful Sarah Wolf song that we elongated the credits so we could hear the whole song because it was very nice.
Very nice song, and we got to mention all the music people.
Yeah, we did. They did a great. They were really good. Did I spell her name right? Janssen?
I think that's correct.
I always forget how to spell her name.
One thing with that poem too we just heard, I love the part where John says that eyes transform being.
Paul.
Did I say John?
Yes.
I meant myself.
That's he was you. I know you meant John. You, and I was like, well, John didn't say that. Paul did.
Eyes transform being. Sorry, Paul. I'm just joking. All right, director.
Yeah, director John. Yay!
Who else we got here?
We got a bunch of people. This comes up with
There he goes,
director. Makeup Eartha Cooper, yay for Eric, double duty. Yeah, we should mention we shot the whole thing with a Canon ZR-10, and part of one day with a Sony VX2000. Edited the whole thing on the Final Cut Pro with iMac 500 megahertz G3. So everything works. And this was actually the first thing that either of us had shot in quite a while, right?
Right, definitely. I haven't shot since college, so.
Yeah, this was the first thing I shot really of any substance since college.
And it worked. We got it. I mean, my plan was the internet. We put it on the internet. We got 1,070 hits, I think, at this point.
At this point, about 1,070, and they still haven't taken us off.
Right.
We're like 3 months extra so far. Really, really good.
Very
good. That's it. We're all done.
All right.